Hello everybody. Today we are going to be making a target stand for shooting. I made one of these already just to test it out and see how it worked, and it worked great. I made one small change to make it 2 inches wider, but this is the changes on here. What you will need is one called a furring strip right here. This is a 1 by 2 by 6 feet tall. You can see it right there, 1 by 2 by 6. Okay, now to get this, let me show you this here. Eventually this end is going in here. We don't need that anymore. Okay, and it doesn't fit. Okay, it does now because just get a scraper. Okay, literally to tell you how easy it is, on each corner about 10 inches down, scrape 16 times. That's all I did on each corner, and it fits in perfect. It's snug but not super tight. So that's all you got to do. You need 2 of these per target. Do that and you're good to go. And I'll go over this more detail later what you do, but that's one thing you need. The next thing you need is one 10-foot PVC, 1.5 inch. Schedule 40. That's the normal thick stuff. That's not the thin. You want the thicker stuff because you want a little more stout. Okay? Now, if you go 2 inch, you do not have to score the bottom, and you could probably get a 2 by 2. But with this 1 by 2, it's cheaper than a 2 by 2, and it seems to last just as long when I was out because I was trying to purposely shoot it to test it out, and it's a lot cheaper for everything going around. So all you have to do is you take the 10-foot down and you cut it down into pieces. The first thing you do is you create 4 15-inch long segments, 4 of them, 4 15 inches. Then you want 2 17 inches. This is the change I just made. 2 17-inch ones. Then you cut 2 3-inch ones. Okay? And then you're left off with about 20 inches. Okay? Just cut that in half. Now, that last part, this does not have to be 10 inches each. After you cut your 4 15s, your 2 17s, and your 2 3s, whatever's left, cut in half. Those are going to be your verticals, okay? It's a little windy out here. I'm sorry. It is. It's a beautiful day out. It's like 70 here in February, and I'll take it. But it's still a little windy here today. And you're also going to need 2 caps. Now, like the Genius IN, I accidentally grabbed the 2-inch ones. These are not mandatory, but I'll show you later why they'd be important. Okay. You're going to need 4 1.5 inch tees, 2 1.5 inch elbows. That's it. Let's get the glue and let's start this up. Okay, first thing you want to do is grab your 15-inch ones and get them handy. Okay? Get a hammer or rubber mallet. The reason I'm saying that is we're just pushing it in. A lot of you guys know, sorry about the coughing, got some dust blowing in me. PVC glue isn't really glue, you're actually welding, it melts it, so you got to be quick. And you want everything to pretty much be square, so I like to pound once on each once or twice to make sure everything's seated in the same. What I'm saying is, this one isn't inserted this much, this one is this much, and the other one's inserted that much, so it's, all cockeyed and everything like that. So what you want to do is take an elbow. You do not have to, since this is not water pressure tight, you do not have to use the cleaner. Just get your glue and just one end of the elbow. That's it there. And take another one. Put it in. Put it down. And we got our 2 made. Okay? Now, you do not have to glue this, but at the end I'll tell you why it's important, why I think you should glue it. Now, take 2 of your tees and you're going to put the other 2 15 inches in the tees. It can go on either end, not the top, but it can go on either end, okay? anybody's wondering why this is orange, this is the medium duty, which I had. So that's what I'm using for this here. All right. So now what we want to do is take your other two tees and put the 3 inches in one of the sides, and up the top, again on any of the two sides. Same thing with this one. Okay, that's all your pieces. Now the next part is we have to put this together in a certain order. I'm going to turn this off for about 5 minutes to see if this wind dies down. You might not be able to hear it or see it, but it's kicking up a lot of dust right now. Hopefully in a minute here it'll get better. Okay, it's staying windy. We're just going to have to suck it up and go through. Now, the next steps you kind of want to do in a little bit of an order. That way everything is kind of level. Okay, first thing is take your two ones you had the elbows in, take one of your two 17s, and it's going to go in between them like that. Okay, now when you do this, let me show you. The first one isn't as important, but this one you want to put it in on the ground to make sure they're level. Now you can put the caps down here to keep them up, but as long as these two are the same level like this, it'll be square. What I mean is if you had the caps, you can put them on. That way it's perfectly level. But if they're both going down, they're both still level. Okay? There. I always push down to make sure it's level so one's not doing one of them. Okay, we're level right there. Alright, next thing we want to do is these two that you made are going in the end here, okay, inward to each other, okay? But before you do that, let's set this to the side. Take your other 17-inch and they're going in like this. As long as you can go either way with these two in, as long as both of these end pieces are on the same side. Okay? So let's get this going. Now this other one you're going to do on the ground to make sure this is level. So one isn't like this and like this. You know, you want this one level. So put it in, push down. All right, it's level. Next thing we want to do is put these in like that. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. This here you made and this, you're putting this in here, just like that. So, but you want to put these in at the same time, so one isn't like this or like this, because you want this square. Because you want this square. The squarer it is, the better it's going to be on the ground. Go. Make sure it's square. Yep. Yep. The table's a little lopsided on this here, but yeah, that's it right there. Now, okay, you want to take these other two and you want to put them on here, okay? But these have to be perfectly vertical, okay? And basically what you can do is I like putting them in. Now, if you didn't glue this on, you could put this on in here and use that, but it's kind of potato kind of type thing. You can eye it pretty darn good being vertical, because this doesn't have to be, you know, a perfect 90 degrees here. It's closest 90, the better. You know, I'm thinking, you know, if you're a few degrees off, you're fine. But yeah, you want it close to 90 as possible. Look down there. It's pretty darn well. Same thing with this one. There we go. Okay. That's it for gluing. These do not get glued on, these two verticals. Okay? This is for easy storage. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Now, here's what I was saying it would come in handy if you have caps on the end. These obviously don't fit. When I was out on a windy day shooting the other one, it's fine. No issues. Had zero problems whatsoever. But if you did, if you had caps, you could now fill water or sand in these to really double, triple your weight. So that's all you do. Put these on, and this goes, just sits right in here. There's your target, and I'll reposition the camera, and we'll do that. Actually, I'll show you. So yeah, that's it. So I'll reposition the camera when it's set up so you can kind of take a look at it. Okay guys, there it is right here. There's the base. I'll go back a little bit so you can see it. And it works flawless. Okay. You can add a cross there if you want. If you really want to get fancy, you could add like a 10-foot piece connected here and have like balloons and stuff coming off that if you wanted single shots like that, or hang you know, clay targets or something. But there's the base here, and this comes out. Nice thing is you can keep a couple of these on hand in case it gets shot up. It's easy to replace, because although some people will hit this down here, not too much. You could go PVC all the way up, but you were replacing PVC, and this wood's a heck of a lot cheaper. So that's it. That's all you got to do to build this. Plus, we're taking that vertical off and that vertical off. It folds down really light. The other one I had, like I said, these two are the 17s, were 15 also. This has just a little more width, a little better for the targets, which I like. The other one worked flawless. I put about 150 rounds through. It didn't even budge. It was a little windy. The target didn't even move. I had no cardboard or no nothing, just the paper there attached on with some clips. And it didn't act as a sail or anything. It just sat there. So that's it. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys make any of these. I'll be curious to hear that. Okay.